Hello and welcome to Scrolling with Ceazor. Today is June 30th, 2026. So, yeah, I've got lots of news for you today, lots of tweets about stuff and all that. So, here are the charts today. As always, though, this is not financial advice. You do whatever you think is best. This is just some information. So, ETH is down 3% as it retracted everything it gained yesterday, bouncing around down there. I should probably adjust this because I am down and around here somewhere close. But anyhow, whatever. It's yield-bearing ETH, so I don't really care that much. Anyhow, so that's that. ETH is down 2.5-3%. BTC roughly the same, 2.5-3%. Hype is the same. Sonic is down 7%. Look at this chart. It had a nice pump yesterday, and then it's retracted all of, 2 days ago, and then it's retracted almost all of that pump. How's gold looking? Where's my gold? Gold's looking down, bouncing around down here in the bottom, but still within my new range, so that's good. I got a little bit of stable coins earning. There's volume though, that's for sure, so that's good. S&P pumped a little bit, but it's still below all-time highs. So, yeah, so that's the charts. Let's move on to some actual crypto Twitter news and kind of jump through a few things here. So, first of all, here we have a fantastic video of Gabriel Haynes doing the two-sided idiot talking to someone who's got some logic about they had some big bullshit and how he's shilled this guy, the top floor boss. I never heard of this top floor boss, but watch this video and you can see like what it's like. And it's just so good. The parody is so on par and just so perfectly like exactly what crypto Twitter is like. There's people out there who are like logical, make sense, and like, are you stupid? And then there's people who are just like, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get rich. Everyone just shill this crap and we'll be rich. But so it's fantastic. Watch this video, okay? So I saw this today and I haven't looked at it, but so Lido earn USD deposits have 30 million, up 300. Has climbed. Earn APY is around 7% US denominated deposits. Yeah, you can check this out. Of course, I wouldn't not check it out. I'll probably check it out, but one of the things I've noticed in the past is Lido's not very good at building transparency in their vaults. I've had some issues in the past where I didn't know what I was exposed to, but I thought like Lido's all good. They must be doing due diligence because their LST is properly built, right? But, I got exposed to stuff, got locked in for a little while. But luckily enough, I was able to get my money back because Kelp DAO was recovered it, right? So, yeah, I would check it out. But, make sure you can understand what's going on inside the vault and what you're exposed to. I think it's tempting, but it might be, you might be adding quite a bit of risk. I don't know. So check it out. It's there. Ramsey's got a pretty cool little like thread here about Ramses or Rameses, as I like to say. But anyhow, you can check it out. It's talking about the VE33 change DeFi forever. However, Ramses made this iteration on VE33, and it's called X33. It's not new. It's running for a while, but it's significantly better in some ways. Like, number one, there's no locks. You don't need to go to an NFT marketplace to get out of your position like you would in a VE33, like Aerodrome or Velodrome. If you want to like leave your NFT position for whatever reason, you have to sell your NFT to someone, and that person has to specifically want to buy exactly your NFT. So there's some negotiation, and there's like selling a house versus selling stocks on this, or maybe like even not even stocks, but yeah, stocks are still selling to another person, but there's liquidity to sell through. So there's liquidity to exit your X33 position. Understand how it works though, but exit anytime, zero friction. You can vote every week, just like all the E33s, but there's like these sweet ass volts like the hyper RAM volt and the auto volts and stuff. Yeah, just check it out. Okay, moving on. So as I'm retarded for posting memes instead of shorting GG. So this is a chart of Circle's stock, right? And as you can see, it's dumping like crazy. What's the time frame on this? Maybe 15. I don't know what the time frame is on this, but anyways, as you can see, it's dropped from 76 all the way down to 65. So more than 10% dump in the past few days, which is significant, and this might be why. So there's a new open standard introducing OpenUSD, a stablecoin built for internet money designed by business growing. So Open Standard is a big financial institution. So the suits are building stablecoins and popping them. So on day one, OSD will be available on EtherFi if you want to hold it there. Ike Billions is pretty interesting. He's retweeting DeFi advisors. Well, he's tweeting about DeFi advisors' question on. I will talk a little bit more about this on Pharaohs, on Truio, where he asks the question: will stablecoins' total market cap exceed 350 billion by the end of July? And as per Pharaohs Watch, right? So using Pharaoh Watch as the oracle. Now it's at 338 billion right now because OSD like kind of launched yesterday or roughly around this time. So he's kind of like an oracle. Like it says, where does he say it? Where does he say this? Actually, it's somewhere here. Crystal ball. Yeah, he says, is incredible timing by DeFi advisor, or does he have a crystal ball? Did he know that this thing was going to launch and create this question? But so anyway, so that's an interesting question there. So Jesse says Base will hold Open USD as well. So more and more places talking about, we are going to support this stablecoin. So that's interesting. I don't really think it's significantly different, but I haven't looked at it. I don't think it's significantly different than USDC. I think you're still exposed to the same kind of centralized entities, and I don't think that's fantastic. But more and more liquidity coming into crypto is good for all of our bags. So I'm not gonna FUD the shit out of it, but I don't know either, right? I haven't looked, so I don't know how safe it is, but it's definitely going to be compliant. Now, I would rather still continue to talk about Frax and how Frax is kind of a centralized stablecoin, but is grassroots, and I'd rather people use Frax than OpenUSD. But I think it's still gonna grow because suits are more likely to work with suits and less likely to work to DeFi grassroots degens. And anyhow, so Frax Finance, he's retweeted this thing out yesterday. So it's talking about Sonic Labs top 10 weekly movers by chain. So I believe this is TVL. So the TVL grew 3%, 100 million on Sonic. Now, why is Frax retweeting this? Because Sonic used Frax's technology stack to build their own native stablecoin, USSD. And you can check out that and decide whether or not you want to use that on their chain and so forth. But it's just kind of great that Frax still continues to play an important role. Let's see. Fractal continues to play an important role in the hub of high performance assets, ranking among the top chains for asset growth. So Fractal grew as well by 5%, but it's only at 34 million, which is not really significant too much. But anyhow, check it out, and that's it. So I'll remind you that Liquidity has LQTY stakers who can vote on the PIL. Just remind you what the PIL is. I think I should really memorize it. I think it's 25, maybe 30% of all the borrowing rate fees go to the PIL, and then the voters can send that bold to different places to incentivize liquidity. So here it's just reminding you that you can vote on this convex pool, which is basically a curve LP of bold USDC, but put into convex, and convex getting the juice then. So that's that. You can go here to vote and figure out what you want to vote on if you are an LQTY staker. So Lefterus is still talking about ENS DAO, and this is pretty significant. So it's like, so Nick used his 50% voting power to vote on the on-chain vote, even though he abstained from the off-chain vote. So he, on the off-chain vote, he was like, yeah, I'm not going to vote on this, it's unfair. But then when it went to on-chain, he's like, yeah, I want that money. So yeah, that's happened. So yeah, the Lefterus is still talking about this, and good for him. Like, I don't really care because I'm not part of this DAO and so forth, but I think there is some merit to something of this size and this significance doing this kind of on like voting to like basically we should send all the money to the labs and let the labs run the money and not the DAO anymore. So we'll just take all the treasury from the DAO and send it to the 4 guys or 3 guys or 2 guys or even 1 guy. I don't know who makes up the labs. Anyhow, so that's happening. So I haven't talked about this on any of my podcasts, but I read this all the time, and it's Rectomedes like crypto stuff he's looking at today. So I would highly suggest you follow him and kind of check this. It's very good TLDRs, like quick little like one-liners about just news that's happening. So Visa is launching a new OSD stablecoin with a bunch of other partners. Clarity Act is still making headlines. Ask Venice emissions reduced by July 1st. So all kinds of stuff in here. Just give him a follow and look out for these. Today I'm talking about, and then you can go through. He's got all the tweets here that you can go and research more. Okay, so Flying Tulip continues to pay a steady 13% on your stablecoins on Ethereum, which is pretty cool. I think it's like 7% right now on Sonic. Yeah, so all you got to do is just stake your USDC in there. Like it basically just converts your USDC to FUSD, and then you stake the FUSD for SUSFT, and then you get like 13%. Now this 13% fluctuates quite a bit because it's based on the price of Flying Tulip token, because all of the revenue is used to buy Flying Tulip token and give everybody Flying Tulip token as rewards. So then you have to sell those Flying Tulip tokens, right? So, but it is there. That juice is there. You can get it, and so forth, and consider whether you want to use it or not. Now, I'm gonna kind of open up one thing and check something. I'm pretty sure I didn't check this yet, so I'm checking this live with you. So if I go to YUSD on Yearn, YVUSD, and I go through the strategies, does it have a Flying Tulip? No, it does not. I thought they might have added Flying Tulip as one of the strategies, but I don't see it here. So yeah, so that was wrong. But maybe they will. I don't know. But yeah, I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, anyhow, so that's that. One more tweet for you. There's this fantastic Eli 5 on ETH, how to grow your ETH bags. So I basically say, check this article out. It's not enough just looking at like who's paying the most. You need to understand the risk. And this guy, Ethan, he does a nice, good, long article here talking about the different kinds of ETH yield out there and some of the risks you should be considering. So you could stake, you can do liquid staking, lending your ETH on like things like Aave or Morpho, ETH-backed stablecoin carries like Bold, like I'm talking about all the time, Liquidity, manual LST looping, managing loop carry vaults, so just all kinds of them, right? Why looping dominates and where it fails. It's very good in-depth article on different kinds of ETH yield out there and how you can kind of take advantage of them and decide which one suits your risk appetites and so forth. So that's it for today. Wait, I did want to talk about Truio. So I made this question here. It's called, will a market on Truio go to jury dispute resolution in 2026? You can trade this market now. It is live. But the cool thing here now is you can go here to propose a market. And you can basically give it a question. AI will help you to design the template. You read through the template, you make slight adjustments, and then you can generate it, you can propose it, and then it needs $200 of funding to go live trading. You can do that yourself, or like what I did, which was I proposed it. I created the question. I gave it $100. So as you can see, I maybe it doesn't quite show here. So I don't know where to check where it shows. So your activity, yeah. So I gave it $100, right? And then someone came along and gave it another $100, and then it went live, and now someone has traded it. So yeah, that's happening. Anyone can just go here and create a market whenever they want on this Trueo marketplace, which is cool. So yeah, that's it. So hopefully that's it for today, and hopefully you enjoyed this and it was interesting. And thank you so much for listening, and goodbye.